I'm gonna sue you. You wrecked my car. I'm going to sue you. You spoke bad about me. I'm going to sue you. Be afraid of me. I'm going to sue you. Be afraid. Be afraid. Be afraid. Talk bad about me? I'm going to sue you. Don't want to hire me? Sued. You see, America has literally doomed itself by allowing so many lawsuits to happen. They have put everybody in fear of saying the wrong thing, doing the wrong thing, being inappropriate, or being not polite to other people. You see, America lives in this thing called political correctness. This brainwashing of, oh, be afraid of your neighbor or they might sue you. Be careful who you talk to. They might take your children away. Or, don't smoke that dope or you'll be a very bad person for life. Don't have a cigarette in public or, ooh, they'll grab a fire extinguisher and put it out. So pathetic. And the women in America too, man. It's like, look at me, look at me, look at me, but don't touch me. Look at me. Adore me. Worship me, but don't touch me. Don't ask me for a date. Don't touch me. You can look, but you can't touch. That song from the Bella Twins from the wrestling. I mean, how pathetic are American men nowadays to sit there and put up with all this bullshit, man? Where are your bulbs lately, folks? Where are your spines? Please tell me where it's at, because I don't see it anymore. You got a Muslim president right now who's basically funding the military overseas all the way in the Middle East, and he's just taking all your money away and just putting it into the Middle East. Who's going to literally attack you? And no worries. Just keep playing our PlayStations and keep playing our Xboxes. We don't care. It's not our problem. It's not going to hit our generation. It's not our deal. And then you got Americans who are always arguing over the internet, and they always think that they are right. Yet, as Europeans and as people from Asia and all over the world who look at America, they discredit you because your country is going downhill. They don't think you have anything good to say. They don't believe you anymore. Because your country has basically said, we are going to screw over every nation. We are going to do anything that we want to, and the rest of the world has to do that. And if you are not with us, then you are with the terrorist. That was your president, George Bush, who decided to say to the world, you are either with us or you're with the terrorists. So basically, do it our way or we're going to run over you. So the entire world looks at America right now with total disrespect, and every American is like, USA, USA, USA. The biggest brainwash in America is patriotism. Every American soldier that goes off to war and dies for a lie. A lie. There is no reason to be in Afghanistan. There is no reason to be in Iraq. There is no reason to be in Syria. None. None, that is, to keep the peace. Sure, there's plenty of reason to go over there for the oil and for control over the Middle East. Sure, you can go over there and fight for that. But don't sit there and tell me that when we invaded Iraq, we did it to gain peace and democracy. Because that's just a bunch of bullshit. Because the government was shipping out oil by the truckload, man. And the American government, the American army and military, they are surrounding the oil fields, protecting the oil fields so that the Americans could ship it all out and take over and take control of it. I'm tired of people living in deception. Hey, wake up, folks. You have your own destiny. You have your own life. You have everything given to you by the Creator. And yet you wish to live in this brainwashed delusion what the television tells you to believe in, what your governments tell you to believe in. Yet your governments are actively out screwing you. They have made it now that everybody in the United States will owe $55,000 at birth. So meanwhile, all that money is just being shipped to the Middle East, and airplanes are being shipped to Turkey, and Turkey is being armed to the teeth, and ISIS is being armed to the teeth by the American government, with your taxpayer money, by the way, what you worked for, and you had no say about. They got the borders wide open. They're talking about Ebola coming in, that just the borders are wide open, that ISIS can come in. They can do whatever the hell they want to. And every American man is like, oh, I got a headshot on PlayStation. Oh, I won a new trophy. Oh, the Apple iPod has a new telephone coming out. And that's how the American men are acting nowadays. Do you think the American men in the Revolution would look now at you with total disgust? Men that fought in the Civil War would look now today at the 2014 men with total disgust and want to spit on them for the way that the American men is now behaving? Where's the manhood? Do you think that the revolutionary fathers actually died so that women can go off being single mothers, living by themselves, being free and wild and stupid, while the man pays for them behind the scenes, behind the curtains? Behind every woman out there who's a single mother, there is a paycheck supporting her. Don't ever forget that. This so-called, it's hard being a single mother. It is so hard. Yeah, it's so hard that you're not even doing it alone. If you did it alone, you wouldn't need his paycheck every month. That's doing it alone, by yourself. Right? Having a paycheck from him every month, that's doing it alone, right? I do it alone. It's the hardest job in the world. Then you got the American man who comes home from work after working 8 hours for low income pay, sits behind his giant television set and starts playing video games until it's time for bed. Or he gets drunk. You even got a cartoon series out there that's called The Simpsons. The Simpsons. That is literally the government calling you simple folk. And what you see in the simple folk is a man going off to a bar every night getting drunk while his wife stays home and raises the children. That's your national cartoon that you all watch, that you all have in common. I mean, really, America, really. Americans all act like they are very smart and they know it all. They don't even have a clue. Half of them never even left the country, if not 80% of them. Okay? I'm an American who left the country, who has been around the world, who has seen many nations, and understands that America is not the center point of the universe. Sadly, Americans do not see this. And it's been proven by the way they sign petitions. I don't know if you ever watched the show of Alex Jones, but he goes around saying, would you like to ban water? And he goes around with clipboards in the city, and people sign for it. They don't even know what they're signing. America has completely lost credit with the entire world. We are seeing you as a laughingstock. We are hoping that you all will finally snap out of your stupidity and realize what's going on. I mean, I even left the country because I couldn't stand political correctness. Who could? Political correctness is a tool used by psychopaths. I mean, every psychopath uses the same tools. Every psychopath does the exact same things. They use projection, gaslighting, and making you walk on eggshells. That's a common trait in all psychopaths. Your government has gotten you all, en masse, to walk on eggshells, and they call it political correctness. I'm not afraid to call a spade a spade. I'm not afraid to say that homosexuality is wrong. I'm not afraid of all that. Have an American say that today. Have an American man say that homosexuality is wrong in the middle of the city and see what happens. I'm not afraid to go to the middle of my town here or any city here and say homosexuality is a sin. I have no problem with that. Try that in America. See what happens to you. Try it. You'll be sued for everything, man. Americans walk on eggshells every single day, and they're proud of it. They're so stupid that they're actually proud of that. And yet the rest of the world who really live free think it's pathetic. I mean, I live in Europe right now, and we don't have that crap. And we really don't have any Europe has no feminism at all. I mean, even where I live, we have prostitutes selling themselves on the street legally behind glass windows. There's no feminism here. And none of the women here have any problem with that. None of the women here want that. No woman here wants women-only taxis, women-only gyms. They don't want that. Man, here, there's porno on TV at nighttime. It's like a completely different world than America. It's completely different. It's really free here. And when we look at America, who are all stuck in that little box, we feel sorry for you. Honestly. So keep going, USA. USA, and thinking you're accomplishing something, but you're really not. You're just brainwashing yourself into a bigger delusion that you are in the right and the rest of the world is in the wrong, while it's you that are in the wrong and the rest of the world is in the wrong.